Hello, family. Welcome once again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for joining. Of course, as you can see, guys, see who is here. I've not seen many welcomes. I've seen only Kido who's precisely addressing Ron here. Ron, welcome. Miss the Friday Night Live. Remember 7.5 hours with Ash. Of course, guys. You guys, we need to see a lot of welcomes in the chat because it's not it's it's a privilege having Ron here today. And of course, as you see the topic, we just have to trust the process, carrying on doing doing our own part because everything is moving as planned. Ron, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very
yes,
much. I am glad to be here. Thank you for
sure.
the invite. You're embarrassing me. You're making me blush.
No, don't. We're just honored, more than honored to have you here, and everybody's so happy. Hello, Collins.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm glad to be here and just want to welcome my brother Ron. It's amazing
Yeah.
to be among us and just want to welcome everyone again.
Yeah, of course. Thank
Thank you,
you.
sis.
So we get a sticker today from Picture Rogers because we started on time. Yoo-hoo! I was working hard, Pidgey. I was working really hard to make it on time. Thank you. So guys, as you see the topic, let's go to work, right? So before we do this, I have a text that I'm going to quickly read to us. And guys, this is important. It's going to be more education that we have had before because sometimes we think that we are all moving on the same lane and with the same mind, but at times other people prove it otherwise. This is a chat I had with somebody, but I've worked hard to make sure I don't disclose any identity. But then today we are just here to learn. Let's be as nice as we can in our chats and conversations and everything, but then learn from this. So I'm reading this really quick for us before we go ahead. So this was to me, Sister Comfort. Somebody says, I am so disturbed and downcast, going through a lot of distress, my family and others. People are sick, but there is no money. I have an elder brother who has invested all her money in ONPASSIVE. I'm reading exactly as it was sent to me, and has been expecting ONPASSIVE to pay as they build, as they said, but nothing is happening. It seems the process is still long. Extremely sick and lying in the house now with no dime to go to the hospital. Myself too, I'm down financially and health wise. He is also a leader. Wish to ask, is it not possible for you to plead on behalf of us that they should give us what they have so that some of us can solve our immediate problems with? We are entangled with debts, sickness, no food to eat. The children are sick. In fact, there's a lot of lamentation. My landlord will soon throw me out of the house. My suggestion is that you leaders can suggest this to Mr. Ash. Maybe he will listen. What is the need waiting for billions to come while people are dying now? Life is not worth living again to me. It was said that they will pay on the first, but nothing happened. We are in debts. Please, please, please. I am discouraged. Nothing motivates me again. So I just thought that we should hear this and know that this is how some people think. And so I leave it open. So, Collins, listening to this, what came to mind? Because I shared this with you first, and I thought that we should have a chat, use this as an avenue to educate ourselves. What do you think about this text? We need to comment on it word after word. So, go.
So if you look at it, it shows it's like someone who is not plugged in, who doesn't know where ONPASSIVE is now at this stage. And that's the first thing I would think. And secondly is the type of where I don't know where the person is getting his or her own information.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes you can dive into the wrong webinars. There are a lot of webinars here, but there are some that gives information that are really not true. Most people know that, most leaders know that, or you mixing with people who are telling you what you want to hear. Because there's two things. You go to a webinar and they are saying you want a webinar that you can get only what you want to hear. You listen only what, oh, Maddie, welcome, Maddie. So,
Go ahead.
there is a lot in this thing, because ONPASSIVE is a journey. And the beauty about ONPASSIVE is, if you don't enjoy the journey, no matter whatever come out of ONPASSIVE, you will never be satisfied. The satisfaction starts from the journey. If you see people, it's not because we have too much, because all of us are in the same boat. There are a lot of people who are really struggling. We understand that. But the beauty about ONPASSIVE is the culture that ONPASSIVE have built amongst the founders. $97. I don't want to even use the word $97, because the people I've met in ONPASSIVE, $97 gave me great people, bring me people. My circle of friends now are different. They are really different. The people I've met, they are great, good-hearted people. $97 cannot buy that. I wouldn't have met nobody if it wasn't for ONPASSIVE. Rob, Ron here, no way, no chance for me to meet these guys. And Lord Lynn Nakamura, we can call a lot of them. So if we don't see what ONPASSIVE have done in our life, both on the type of people we've met, it's the comfort, the bond around us. So those who are saying this, there are people who just came for something, and no matter what is happening, they don't want to see it. No matter how you will say it, because their mind have already been set for what they want to hear. So whatever you say, forget. Like Maddie said, there is nothing you can do. We cannot force the process. We cannot change it. This is a startup company, let's say a multi-trillion-dollar company. And we cannot change the process when it comes to building software.
Right.
We should remember that these people, these guys, they are human beings. The only person I always said on this that have worked on this planet Earth, who work 24/7, maybe it's Jesus Christ. Even just like take a nap on the boat, and even it said, but he was still working 24/7. So every human being at one point must get a rest. So you don't expect these guys to make magic from somewhere and put something, because anything, especially when it comes to IT, if you force it, you will come out with bad solution.
Right.
Okay. We have a language, I know Paul just said, in IT, they said, if you put in shit, what do you get? You get out shit. You put in beauty, what you get out beauty.
Yes. Yeah, that's very true. I just want us to comment on this first. We have to look, people just comment in general what you think, after which we want to go and look at every point, like point after point, to see where someone is going wrong and to try to put things right. So Ron, it's over to you. Do you any quick comment about the whole thing that I just read here, please?
Ooh, and I have a lot of comments about that. I've dealt with these people, several of them, on Messenger, and I have blocked several of them. People, we are in a company that is so large that you're going to get people that are going to pull on your heartstrings for a handout. Okay. And that's all they're looking for. They're not looking to build a business. Okay. They're looking for a handout, and they'll give you a story that is unbelievable. I mean, it pulls on your heartstrings. You thought, I want to help these people, but they're just trying to get something for nothing. Okay. And I know I'm not giving it to them. ONPASSIVE is built for humanity. Okay. Yes, we are. Do we want to help people? Yes, we do. But people have to help themselves too. Like Lynn just said, hey, Lynn, like Lynn said on there, people feel an entitlement, to being ONPASSIVE. Well, you don't have an entitlement for anything in ONPASSIVE. Okay. This is a true gift opportunity for everybody in the world to be part of a company that is pressing forward every day to raise humanity all over the world, no matter what country you are, no matter what financial status you have, no matter what your house looks like, or it's people, talk about a leader. Oh, there's so many leaders. Ron, you're a leader. I'm not a leader. I'm no better than anybody else in this webinar. Okay. Right. I just, if somebody needs help, I try to help them, whatever I can do. And those other people, I just put them out of my mind. I block them. Okay. I wouldn't
Right.
I wouldn't even get involved with them. Don't get in a conversation with them. Okay. Because it's not worth it. That's a negative. They are a negative in your life, and we are positive. Okay. Everything we do is positive. We have to stay positive. Okay. And that's what Mr. McFarr likes, positive people. All right. That's what and he tells that all the time. If you're going to be negative, we don't want you. We don't want a negative person. And I kind of agree with him because you can't build anything if you have negativity dragging you down. Okay. And to me, that's negativity. That's just
Exactly.
somebody, that's just somebody running off at the mouth, seeing if they can get a gift or not.
Right.
Okay. And they ain't gonna get it from me. I don't know about you, but they're not gonna get it from me.
Hmm. That's true. Yeah. So sure. Let's hear from Marty. I'm sure that before you pop in, Marty, you would have had where the conversation started, the chat I had with someone and stuff. So we just want to comment on it and try to put things right.
Yeah, hello everybody. Yeah, I read the conversation and yeah, it makes you feel really sad. But there's a lot of people out there that are struggling.
Oh
But
yeah. Yeah.
there's something very important to remember. 23 months an elephant is pregnant before the calf comes out. It's 28 days for a goose, 21 days for a chicken, 17 days for a robin. If it's before that, the elephant is not an elephant. The duck is not a duck, and the chicken isn't a chicken. ONPASSIVE is not your normal company, okay? It is a movement with many, many companies together. If it was born early, it would be a regular company. It's not born because it's not ready. When it's ready, it will change the world, it will change lives. Ash, I believe, and his staff have enough pressure on them besides trying to hold individual people's lives that are a disaster. He knows it. Of course, he knows it. When he was young, he didn't have the best life. Okay. He said that. But remember, if you weren't in the journey, you wouldn't know there was one. If one day some people will come up and ONPASSIVE will be running and flourishing, and to them, wow, there it is. But you were part of the journey, and it probably hurts more of this so called waiting. But remember, nothing is what it is until it happens. You can't rush it. Ash himself cannot speed this process up. Not if what he wants, his dream of what he sees, is to happen. It's going to give birth when it's ready. He himself. So let you need to know this. He himself doesn't know the day or the hour that that's going to happen. Things will fall into place, the company will go into labor and they'll be born the biggest thing that ever happened. But I mean that he has ideas, he has plans. He tells us in meetings, this date, after this date, this is going to happen. 1 minute, 5 minutes after the meeting, he could have got 3 phone calls that changed everything he said to another week.
Hmm.
It's part of the business. It's part of what we're in. That lady, I feel horrible for her. But there's a billion people, billions that have it worse than me. Even on my worst day, I say, Marty, you're a very lucky individual. I felt bad for the lady. She should have never put every cent she had into this business. It was told to people in the beginning, don't put in your milk money, okay? You have to live. Ash is not here as unemployment. He's not here as a band-aid. He's here to change lives. If you get something like this, you change lives. It
Hmm.
can't be temporary. It can't be a band-aid. It has to be something that changes everything on the face of the earth. And that's what we're about to be involved in. Everybody, that lady, the man that's suffering, the little boy, What you have today is just temporary. It's coming. It's just the way it is. When it happens, you'll be glad that Mr. Mufara waited until it was perfect. I guarantee it. We'll all be happy because when it's perfect, it will be what he wanted it to be.
Mm.
Anything before that, then we're just average. Somebody said to him one day, well, wouldn't it be easy if you did this, this, and this? And he said, well, if I did, then I would be them. We're not
Right.
them. I want to real quick stories. A guy named Michael Johnson. He had the world record in the 400 meter and the 200 meter. He ran like a duck. Everybody laughed at the way he ran, but he held the record for over 20 years. And when he got the record, somebody said to him, that an announcer walked up and said, wouldn't you rather you ran like they did so they wouldn't laugh? He goes, if I ran like they did, I would be where they're at. I'm not. I'm the world record holder. And the guy kind of put his head down like, dang. But that, just look at the scope of what this is. It's bigger than Marty DeGarmo. It's bigger than anybody on this thing. We're going to be here and gone one day. This is going to do something for many, many people. It's not going to be a band-aid. It's going to be permanent. That means a lot. That means a lot. So that's really all I have.
Hey, Marty, my problem was with it is I've received the same narrative from three different people on Messenger. So that's what bugs me. It's
Mm.
like that's copying and pasting.
No, I
For
know, I know. I've gotten many
many,
from
many,
them.
many. So
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
sad, isn't it? That's why I just saw the need, because I'm just like, I don't know how many people are thinking like this and how many other people they're distracting with this, because some people are plugged in and they're moving on, but then others come with this. I'm just like, I think we need to have a chat on this. So, Sister Gladys, we just want your general comment on this before we go to break down everything and put a few things right, please.
Thank you so much, Sister Comfort. I'm so excited to see you all, Brother Muddy, Ron, and Collins. If you had warned me, I could not have risked to come here because these are very smart people. First of all, we have to start, by acknowledging that truly, if you see compassionate people who understand what's happening across the world at this time, we do understand if you see us here. And we know at this time, everybody, except maybe those people who have a lot and probably they don't care about their neighbor, they don't feel it. But if you are a person who has been very sensitive about the needs of others, trying to help, this time that we are in with the recession going on, it's difficult, and it's difficult across the world. As you see us on the panel, we are from different places. We take care of our families, and we have seen how much they are straining. So when the people that you help don't have enough, you have to stretch yourself to do more. And in that way, you also end up feeling stretched. So we do understand where everyone is at the moment. But regarding that message, and I truly feel for the person who wrote it, I understand where you are coming from, but let's speak the truth. I remember someone posted a message like this about a year and a half ago, if not 2 years, on one of the webinars. And Mr. Ash came out clearly and said that he has the desire and the plan to do his best to help as many people, empower as many people as he can. But as Brother Madi said, it's not about just a band-aid, because at some point that band-aid falls off. And he encouraged us to continue doing what we were doing from that time, not to stop and just wait for ONPASSIVE to launch. So where we are, I think there are some things while we try to survive. There are things we can celebrate in ONPASSIVE. There are milestones that we can appreciate. So I'll just say enjoy the process, and the best is yet to come. But let us also be realistic. If we want our business to stand for generations to come, we just have to be patient. Thank you. Back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, panel. I really appreciate the first round. So now let's have a look, because if this person says it seems the process is still long, you know, so wish to ask. So she's making interesting recommendations. Can you, Marty, can you please tell Ash to give us what he has now, while he's looking for more people to join us? That was the question. I just know, is that how ONPASSIVE functions? Maybe Marty, you want to go on this first and see what the rest of the panel has to say.
I have trouble finding my unmute button. I'm not sure what the question is. Is the company trying to get more
Yeah, because
people?
the best, yeah, is recommending that we should, that the leaders, what we call leaders this day, which Ash doesn't even like, should be like you and myself and Ron, and we sitting here. Can we recommend, propose, suggest that Ash should pay us, like give us what he has, what he has made so far, before he goes on getting more people to join? Because she says, what is the need trying to get a billion or billions of people when others are starving?
Yeah, yeah. Listen, a true what everybody keeps calling a leader, which I don't like. I didn't like LC. I don't like BK. I don't like. Well, I like KFC, but I mean, I don't. These things are. They were okay because you're guiding people, but the people that want to help, I don't care if you call them a leader or not, they help, right? So we don't have any special powers. We do it because we love it. There's no money involved. I'm not getting paid. Collins isn't getting paid. Nobody here is getting money to do this. I do it because I love it, because I've spent many years doing things that I knew would never pay off. People couldn't go with you. Very small percentage made any money. But with Unpassive, it's something that's going to change lives, I believe, more than we even know. I've been over 4 years. It's the first business I've been in that I can say I got in and I would go, oh, this looks really great. And it always went downhill from there. Unpassive went up every month. It's better and bigger than it was the month I got in. And I don't know any other business I could say that about. He's texting me right now, by the way. So no, but it's we're very fortunate. There's no special powers. When you see people, here's what happens. People find a lane, and all of you can do it. This is what I try to tell everybody. This is a million lane highway. There's a Marty lane, but I made it. There's a comfort lane. She made it. Collins did it. Rob did. Ron did it. So did everybody here did the same thing. We made our own lane. You don't wait. Ash created a platform where everybody can grow to their potential. And your potential is between your ears. If you can let go of the past, your future will blow up. Trust me. Because you'll never outrun Unpassive. But don't look for leaders to do something special. I wouldn't, even if I could, go to Ash and say, Ash, you need to speed this up. You need to work more than 24 hours a day. You need to spend more than millions and millions a month. You need to pick it up a pace, and we're going to find somebody else. You know what I mean? Come on. Nobody would do this to begin with. No one. Nobody. I've never met anybody that would do this. Spend money and time on people he doesn't even know. That's what he wants to do. He wants to create millions of Mother Teresas, and that's exactly what he's doing. But it takes time, and nobody has any special wand. I can't whisper in his ear and say, "Okay, yes, let her rip." No. I mean that's not part of the deal. None of us can do that. None of us, and we all have our problems. I'm not living in luxury here. I mean, we got 4 grandchildren. I got a house that's 70 years old, and it's not good. But yet, guess what? It's temporary. Put that in your head. It's temporary. Tomorrow will be better. And I know what the outlook on passive, no matter how long it takes, is something I would never have ever in my life. I got to answer this. Okay, that's all I got.
Let's let Marty answer the call. And Ron, I don't know, do you have anything at all to add? Would you be suggesting things like this to Ash, or is it something to think about at all?
I would not. I wouldn't dare to suggest it to Ash. Okay. Um, First of all, I don't have the mind of Ash McFar. Okay. I hope to have a little of his vision, because I've always had a vision to do this kind of a business. Okay. It's my passion. So I kind of fill in with him there, but it To me, it doesn't matter how long this takes, you know. And like somebody said, baking a cake. If you're baking a cake, okay, and you're cooking it, and oh, well, I just needed a little. Can you send me a little? What happens when you cut that cake? The whole cake falls apart, right? I'm not a baker, but pretty much the whole cake's going to fall apart. So there's no reason for anybody to expect more than we have right now. Things are going excellent. I'm very happy with what's going on in the time frame we're going on. I haven't been in it 4 years, 4.5 years like other people. I've been in it going on 3 years, I guess. Okay. And somebody asked me the other day, well, how can you wait so long? You know, what about the money? I said, I had $97 invested in this place, plus processing fee. I think it was $102. I had that. Now I've made $102 because Mr. McFarra has put that back in our wallets, or will be putting it back in our wallets. Okay. So that's income. All right. So, yes, we got our little bit already. He's cut a little bit that off and given back to the people of ONPASSIVE. My thinking is let's just sit back. Let's pray for Mr. McFarra and a team over there. And I don't hope, I know where we're going. When you look at people around and you talk to people on ONPASSIVE, you know that things are going in the right direction. And Mr. McFarra is the right ship captain to have at the boat helm. So that's what I think.
Right. Sister Gladys, earlier on, Auntie Lynn said that I think people are a bit entitled, but I don't know if you agree with that, given looking at how much did you how much did you spend to be part of this? It was just a token of 97. Would $97 solve the problem? It's not that we're being dismissive. We appreciate the fact that these problems do exist because we have some too. But with $97 have solved these problems? If not, what should we be doing while waiting? Sister Gladys.
Sister Comfort, to some point, surely I do agree about the sense of entitlement. If we ask ourselves, the campaigns that we have seen, how much money? We have no idea the figure, but the campaigns have been amazing. You watch it just like a movie. We have never been asked for a dime. We have never been asked for a single coin to participate in those campaigns. Can you imagine if we were being asked money to pay for those campaigns? And they are high-level campaigns. They are not just a joke. Huh? There are advertisements going on. We understand that if you have something that you are selling, if people don't know about it, you can start selling it and you will not have people to buy. So what Ash has done is to make sure he makes the world aware of what ONPASSIVE has, so that when that time comes of people buying, they already know what it is. They already know the value. They just want to use it. So I just want to encourage people to look at the bigger picture. I remember back in 2019, remember the message that once came, I quit, and we were all shaken. I remember what I said during that time. I wrote on a text, I said on the chat box, if I can be assured that I can wait for 5 years and retire when I'm 60 and retire well, I will be very much happy to wait, than rush, join something that crashes in a second, and then I'll work up to I'm 80. When I'm not able to walk having a cane, I'm still going to work. It hurts me when I see the elderly who worked so hard, who are sick in their old days, but still they have to work to survive. So please, let's look at the bigger picture. Thank you, Sister Comfort.
Thank you so much, Sister Gladys. Collins, our person says, it's like we're going to wait again really long. This almost sounds like Marty said earlier on, that sometimes Ash says, see you tomorrow. And later on he comes and say, no, let's see again next week. So can you explain, is there something to clarify from the technical perspective? that we cannot always say take ashes tomorrow for tomorrow.
Yeah, with technology, you cannot predict things. When it comes to technology, especially the development of technology, it's just that a lot of founders don't really know this, especially when you have never been involved in software development. So you don't know building something from scratch, you don't know what is happening. Remember last time our CEO, Mr. Ash, said this. He said if it was to build a code, just simple code function and put it out there, we would have launched long time ago. Long time ago we would have launched, because with that anybody can do it. A lot of people, they have built a simple website, put it out there. Ask yourself, how much have they got from that website? Nothing. Then when you want to build something of this magnitude, something that will provide value, it's not only about writing the code. We're talking about dozens of products. Say let's take only one product, mail. You are talking about requirement. There was a time I asked, how long do you think it can take to put all the requirement what Mr. Ash Mofara want to build in one form, to analyze it, just to put it out? It can take 6 months only to write that, because it's front and back to make sure you get it right. How long do you think they will understand what Mr. Ash Mofara want to do? Especially when you recruit today, you don't get the right person, you fire. A lot of people don't know how they don't know how often they fire people from IT. They can hire you today and fire you tomorrow. And then to get that person up to speed, the new recruit up to speed, it takes 3 months for the person to really settle in. And if you don't settle in within 3 months, you are fired. Because those who are in this industry, they know what I'm talking. It is easy to hire you and easy to fire you if you cannot deliver. So they don't look at your title. They don't look at, it's like, it's an engineering work. Let's put it that way. You're a plumber, you cannot fit, water is leaking. They'll tell you, go, don't come again because you're not a good plumber. That's how IT is. Now, a lot of people fail to understand that there is compliance. To sign agreement, to go, meet up, to comply, especially you go through the compliance mechanism. It's not easy. Get all those certifications, that license that I'm able to do this, that international recognized license, to look at, even to name a product. A lot of people don't know that you must comply. You must ask yourself, will this name be offensive? How will people receive this name? The name that we can give, like now we call it OMail, ONet. Let us look at when Facebook wanted to change the name to Meta. What happened in Israel? What happened? They said, no, it's offensive. So, and this is the thing when you come in with global company of this magnitude, compliance, security, because people will think about, are you sure you can handle my data? Are you sure you can do this? Won't you breach? Because there are little things, because Mr. Amfra says something. It's better we pay now and play later, or we play now, and pay the opposite way. But now we are paying the price for being compliant, for making sure everything is moving smoothly, so you don't come by the time they are taking you to court. Look, most of these big CEO, every day they are in court. Last time they draw Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg to court. They draw this to that. Do you want ONPASSIVE to be that way, where they'll be tracking our CEO to court because you never complied, because you did something hurriedly, because of I thank God that we have a CEO who is always composed, who doesn't listen to what is happening. He just keep, the head cool, and because this thing is to save mankind. But to go through this process, it is not easy, Mr. Comfort. To build a simple software is not easy, because these guys, sometimes they just get that mental fatigue. Mental breakdown is a lot in software development. I've seen people come, I've seen people died because of pressure. Some people commit suicide because of pressure in this particular environment we are in. So when people hear things like this, it's not easy. And that's why you see Mr. Ashford treat our engineers, the engineers in Hyderabad, he treat them like brothers and sisters, because he knows the pressure they are under. It gives them that freedom to relax. Say, no, take a break, please sleep, get up, do this. He does it, he gives them that freedom of work. But when this monster will come out, who will be the winner? The founders. They will never forget. Those who even take the pain of building this software, Maybe we will not even remember them. We'll be flying and say, we were founders, we saw it. But honestly, if you cannot write your name, on this history book, the history book of ONPASSIVE, you have missed that journey, that particular journey, because there will be, it is not an excuse for you to not plug in, because your own children will ask you, were you plugging in? How comes you don't even know what is OMail? How come you don't even know what is this moment? And you said you are a founder because you were looking on the wrong direction, looking at something, not plugging in. But when we see from where we have come, Mr. Comfort, from Go Founders to O Founders, Go Founder application is something that you can even use. But what is actually being it? We move to O Founders. That's heavy application to build. Only to build Go Founder, we know it took us 6 months to 1 year to build O Founder application. We are using it. What about the OES? You know how many times they scrap OES? They build it, they scrap it, build it. We don't know what is happening behind. The cycle of building to make sure it's perfect, and if they don't want to, they say scrap it. How many times they scrap even O Connect? How many times? To build something like this, Mr. Comfort, it takes a lot of effort. And as Madi Digamo said, you cannot force it. You cannot force. If it says, the software says, I will run for 1 week, you cannot force it. Have you, normal, our laptops, I think all of us has the incident where you have your normal laptop, they said update, you click update, it's shut down, and it runs for more than, the update is just slowing. Can you force that laptop to work? No. You have to sit and wait until the system will update. The only thing you can do is to go and buy a new laptop. If you don't want to wait, go and buy a new one. The laptop will be there running in front of you, update for half an hour. You doing update. You can get angry. You can do what you want. It's technology's machine. You cannot force it. So the Comfort, I'll leave it there.
No, thanks so much, Collins. I think that was just way too much useful information you were giving out there. So, guys, thank you again for joining. We were just trying to put things right. We're encouraging everyone to keep on doing what they're doing. Everything is working as planned, and we will be ready when we're ready. That's just it. So why not go ahead and subscribe to the channels you're watching on, like, share this video, because this is useful information. We can't keep it to ourselves. So on this note, Marty, I know that you've been saying this a lot on your shows when you go out, like almost every day. People should watch what webinars they attend and what information they bring from it and stuff. Could sometimes this kind of situation, could people be misled to by webinars or certain things people say, or maybe people who introduced them to this business? What would you advise from here, please?
I think one of the biggest problems with people delivering the information is they want to come across like they know more than they know. And that doesn't do anybody any good. I've gone to webinars and heard stuff and go, oh, I never heard that. And I just find it hard that I wouldn't have known. So you got to be careful. Go listen. Some people want to have to show them. It's about them. It's not about delivering the correct message. Always. I mean, I go to certain webinars. I went to, I was on Rob Lynn last night, and they had three of the leaders from Singapore. Amazing. I go to Heroes, where you all are. Listen, this isn't about me showing favoritism, even though I do. But the reason I do is because if I went to a webinar and it wasn't delivering what I know as fact, I wouldn't go back. I don't badmouth people. I don't walk around saying, oh, don't do this, don't. But you use common sense. If you hear something from somebody and you did not hear it from Ash, or somebody told that person to say it, it's probably not true. It's probably not true. There's no secrets. When Ash says it, he'll either come on 360 or he will pass the information on to some people. He does. I know that. And I would even say, this is from Ash. But most of the time, if I don't know, even if I know 99%, I will say, this is my opinion. This is what I believe by looking at the picture that I've seen. But too many people say things because they come back. I heard this. Is it true? For one thing, I need to tell you something. If that sentence comes out of your mouth, there's a 99.9% chance it's not true. No, I mean, think about this. If you have to ask somebody, I heard this, blank, 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 is it true? The answer is probably not. Okay? Probably not. It's like kids would ask, everybody makes a mistake. How do you know you're doing good? You're doing bad. If you're doing good, you never have to ask, is it okay? Never. Nobody does. It's when you're not sure, then you probably should question, then maybe I shouldn't say it. But if you have to go to somebody or you hear something, that's why I said earlier when Comfort said she's talking about what's going on and people say, if you hear something and you didn't hear it in a webinar from Mr. Mufara, don't spread it to other people. You're as guilty as the person that created the mess. And let me tell you something. Mess, loose lips sink ships, okay? Messy mouth cost Ash money. It cost him time. Because if something's said, there's people watching and they say, ding, 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 Ash, this person said this. Did you tell them to say? No, I didn't tell them to say it because everybody's using their own imagination. And Ash can't just go talk to people and it costs $20, okay? He's got lawyers, he talks and it's going ching, 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 ching every minute. So we need to be good stewards of the company. Listen, my main thing is I want to say the right thing. I want as many people to see this unbelievable business as they can, but I truly don't want to say anything that's going to cause the company a skip or a misstep or fall off the side of the road. They have enough problems without me adding to it. So if you're in a meeting and you have this feeling of, I never heard that before, there's other meetings. There's other places to go. Okay? And I also want to add one more thing that goes back to the other thing, and I'll be real quick. The reason people are so judgmental of ONPASSIVE is because they're on the journey. None of us saw this iPhone until we got it. I guarantee this. I guarantee this. I guarantee this. If you were on the journey while they were making the phone, you'd have the same conversations. You'd have the same people complaining. You'd have the same people saying, oh, I want this. I need this. I can't believe we're waiting this long for the phone. There was no wait. It came out the day it came out. We didn't go on the journey. We weren't in the room when they had that on the table. And John Smith's supposed to make it. When he pushes this, it takes the picture. But when he pushes it, music comes out. And they're screaming at him because it didn't work right. That's not a journey. We never did that. We were blessed to be on a journey to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's wait for the beautiful. That's what's next. That's all that's next. Don't judge something when it's not done. I asked Chris Johnson when he worked in Ford Motor Company. I said, what part did you do? Oh, we did the painting. Could you imagine if a guy came in when the primer was on and goes, I can't stand this color. Well, listen, blockhead, it's not painted yet. It doesn't have tires on it. It's not ready. You go to the showroom. When we wheel it out there, then you tell me what you think. Same thing with ONPASSIVE. When it comes to the showroom, we won't have to talk, oh, they didn't mean this, they didn't mean that. It will be spot on, trimmed, waxed, cleaned out, vacuumed, pinstriped, and you're going to stand back and be a proud mama and daddy. Guaranteed. That's all I got, I hope.
Yoo-hoo. All right. Thank you. Thanks so much. So, Ron, I know that there's something you posted on your wall the other day, about a week ago, and I had a discussion about this too on this platform. Thanks be to God you are here. We know that we have bills, we have issues, we have the landlord waiting at the door and stuff like that. But then you put up this post that ONPASSIVE is not a get-rich-quick scheme. So are you saying that if OConnect goes to the market on the 30th of June 2023, we will not be able to clear all of our bills on the 31st of June?
Oh, no. That's not, don't read into it now. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme like some of the other companies that have been here in the past and gone. Okay. This is a get rich steady company. Okay. And Widow Connect hits, I don't think you'll have bill collectors at your door. I really don't. But no, people come in here thinking, okay, if I join for $97, then hopefully I'll be making $15,000 a month by the end of the month. Okay. You go on the internet, there's people advertising every day their company. Join me, make $15,000 today, or I made $35,000 this week. Okay. It only costs you $27. Okay. Bull, bull. That might happen one in a million, if not higher, I think. But no, what I meant is on passive is not something that you're going to get rich overnight. You're going to get rich, I believe, you're going to get rich over time as we build this business to the point that you don't have to worry about anything anymore. Do what you want, go where you want, pretty much say what you want. Okay, so now that's what I meant, comfort. So anybody took it wrong, I'm sorry.
I
We're
know.
not one of these. We're not one of these fly by night companies that are going to go out there advertising on the internet saying, $97 get rich tomorrow. Okay, there's people in this company that have told people that. I'm telling you, because people have told me they've told them that. Well,
Yep.
my sponsor told me I was going to do this. I said, well, he lied to you. Okay, point blank. I'm pretty straightforward. I've been a cop for a lot of years. Okay, I don't. It's there's no gray area. It's black and white to me. Okay. He lied to you, or they
Mm,
lied to you. Okay. So that's all I got to say. And I
sure.
want to say hi to everybody. I appreciate you having me on here. I haven't seen you all in a long time. It's been great to be on here. I miss being on webinars. So just thanks everybody for all your prayers when I was sick or been sick. Okay, I was telling somebody today I have good days and bad days. Sometimes a good day, then several bad days. Sometimes several good days and a bad day. So you
Mhm.
never know. Okay, heart disease sucks. So you just go with the floor. It's kind of like on passive. You just try to build your health
Mm,
steady, so you'll be here in the long run.
right. Oh, thank you so much, Ron. I think everybody's happy to see you here. So let's end on the note. Let's end this round on the note that we just need to trust the process and do our part. Just really quick, Collins.
Yes, I comfort, as you said, just want to greet my brother Rod again. I'm happy to see you here and hope to see you again more often. Yeah, so yeah, we should just trust the process, regardless of what we are hearing. Trust Mr. Ashmufara that he is doing the right thing. We may not be understanding what is happening, but when it comes out, it will be so beautiful. And
Mm-hmm.
we, as founder, we should remember that it is not about us, it's about the 5.5 billion internet users, businesses that will be looking for these solutions to come.
Mm-hmm.
And many more people will use it after we've gone. So it's ONPASSIVE is here to stay, not for the short ride. So I'll leave it there. Let's be happy. Mr.
Yeah,
Combo,
sure,
thank you.
definitely. So, Sister Gladys, over to you, please. You're the last speaker on this.
Thank you so much, Sister Comfort. I would also like to tell everyone that this is a process, it's a journey, and it's a business that we want to live with for generations and generations to come. I want my 10 great great grandchildren down the road to be talking on passive. And so, because of this, let's just, take one day at a time and enjoy and wait things to take their course. We cannot rush them, but let's trust the ash in what it's doing. Thank you.
Okay. Any 30 seconds from you, Marty?
Just stay the course and have faith and have trust in what's going on. It's gonna be more and it's gonna be bigger and better than what you could imagine, guaranteed.
Sure. Any from you, Ron? 30
I
seconds.
ditto Marty.
Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate. And so, of course, thank you, family. Once again, go ahead and share this information. This is useful information. People need to be educated. People need to plug in and, of course, enjoy the ride. Let's stay the course. We are already there. You know, the limbs are already out. It's only the baby's head that is left in there, and before you know it, the baby is shouting in the delivery room, and we're like, yay! So thank you, guys. Thank you, team. Thank you for your time, and we appreciate all that you are doing on this platform. See you again really soon, guys. Bye.